Hello, hello. So we are here on a small date and we decided to make a video. Several of you have asked us to make more videos and so we thought we will continue with some of our life experiences. So just a small update. We just had charcoal biscuits my wife made. This is the first time and there is a what is it called? Piedmont Bible camp that is happening for the kids, and she
That's what
made it.
happens when you're a health major and you need to do medical missionary class. Then you do charcoal gummy bears, charcoal biscuits, and look it up. Actually, it's pretty amazing the story and how this thing started. Charcoal
Hmm.
is good.
Charcoal
So
is good. It's good for sure.
we had a nice, yeah, detox supper
As a
with
date.
fruits.
As a date.
Okay, well, I guess we should go straight into sharing some other tips besides charcoal biscuits.
Okay.
So, we want to share today some of the things that keep our relationship alive. Not only when we were courting, but now in our marriage, we still need to feed into that relationship, that connection, that love. And so, what are some things that have been meaningful to us? So,
Okay.
honey, do you want
So
to start?
yes, we will alternate.
Okay.
Okay. First one, my favorite is don't stop being friends. I really, really, really love that because what I have observed is in a lot of relationships, people are really flirty and nice friends, but then after they get married, all that excitement dies off. And I have been very intentional. In fact, both of us have been very intentional in being friends and sharing about a lot of things, positives, negatives, and make jokes of each other. And that has helped me to keep up with the fire.
Hmm. I think for me, something that comes to mind is definitely making special moments.
Mm.
And I will never forget one time, like Martin, I came to my small apartment and he just did like put a bunch of little notes with I had to find the notes and there were different options for like dates. And I was like, oh, so excited. It was super simple, just like five little notes. But I went throughout the whole house just looking for all my notes, and then he was like, you can choose one. And then I was like, I'm gonna keep them all and I'm just gonna, bring them out when I
Redeem
want.
them. Redeem them whenever
Keep them
you
for
want.
life to redeem because he knew like the best things that I enjoy. And they were like all awesome, meaningful things that we could do together. So that was something simple but super nice, and that makes your heart like feel so excited and so loved. And yeah, so that's definitely one thing. Do simple things, but make them unique and just
Mhm,
different.
mhm, mhm. And second point from my side would be going on dates like today, because that has also helped. Like one time, this in our relationship phase, I had a long day, and then Debbie also was working at that time, and she also had a long day. But then she told me at 5:30, be ready. At 5:30, be ready. I'm like, oh, what is happening at 5:30? And then after 5:30, we she took me to a nice another park, and that has been one of my favorite moments in my courtship phase because it was something that was random, but uh, it was a beautiful date. The weather was perfect, of course, and just to enjoy each other's company, good food. So that would be my number two because that is still I still reminisce thinking about that date.
So second in my side is little notes because he knows how much they mean to
Mhm.
me. Little notes for me is words that you relive them every time you read them, and the person took the time to express it not only in like their words to you personally, but to write them down. So notes are like the top expression of love in a way. So even now that we're married, sometimes I find sticky notes on the refrigerator. Or even the other day, I was like, okay, I need to, put this. So I had my to do list, and I was like, I need to put the henna just, for the hair to soak. And then he just wrote beside it, like, and me too. Like, he also wanted to.
Sure, me too.
Sure, me too. And then it just made me smile because it was a random to do list beside my bed, and he added to it humor, or he adds how much he loves and how he enjoys to do this or that. And so I think little notes and also acts of love, like he washed the dishes one day, even though I said, you're busy tomorrow, don't worry, I'll wash them in the morning because we didn't have time in the evening. And then I said, okay, let's go to bed. I'll do them tomorrow. And in the morning I come, he had washed them all, and then he had put a little note, you're my wife, and because I love you, I'm happy to do the dishes, or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. So that's something beautiful, that not because you're not courting each other, you should stop.
Mhm,
It means the
mhm,
world, and it makes your
mhm,
heart melt and feel like reconnected and
mhm,
just, yeah,
mhm.
good.
And my third point is oh, I just thought about it. My third point is trust. Trust. There might be a lot of things you might have had in the past, or the other person might have had in the past. But as you surrender to Christ, and as you're very sincere in your relationship, in your marriage, the trust also evolves in it, and it God makes it bloom. And when the trust is there, it takes your relationship to a whole new level. I can definitely say that. I have observed it a lot, and uh, for me, trust has been one of the top priorities in my life. And Debbie has been really supportive and has shown that she trusts me too. So that has been a huge blessing for me. And yeah, trust is something that builds each other up. It should be from both the side. And if you have had any past trauma and because of that you've lost your trust, I think it is time for you to work on that trauma. Don't brush it under the rug, but work on that, deal with it, so that the God can give you uh, the ability to trust someone again wholeheartedly, not just trust for the sake of trusting or making the other person believe that you're trusting but you don't trust, but trusting wholeheartedly. It's a huge deal
Mm.
for me, and I'm sure for a lot of
Well, that's a good point, and I guess I'll just go along with that and add something else, but definitely when trust has been broken many times, it's a very challenging thing, and for me it was. It was like I want to trust, but I'm also afraid. And I would
you.
say that Martin was a great supporting that, showing that he was trustworthy, because you don't just gain trust because someone, you say trust me and they will trust you. You gain it through being honest, through being consistent, through showing yourself that you're trustworthy. But at the same time, there can nothing will be enough that he does if I also don't work on my distrust issues. So God has been helping me to grow, to see that okay, maybe patterns I saw in the past, it's not what I need to keep evaluating everything through that filter, but through evaluating under a new eye, a new life. And it has been beautiful. It hasn't been easy, and I agree. We got to work on our past, and but definitely a person that um, it's stable and
Mm,
it's mature, and we both look to God
mhm,
to find that foundation, that strength, that because loving is takes risking
mhm,
your heart,
mhm,
risking your emotions.
mhm,
If you're not willing to risk that, you will never truly love. And that's what God did with us, and that's what we need to do with each other. And
Mm-hmm.
forgiving, like we said in the other video, all of those things are components. And my third point, even though that was kind of writing on his last one, to bring it from my side and my reality, and I would say God has been helping us. It's oh, I have two
Go on,
last ones,
share it, share
but
it.
the first one I was thinking is bringing before God our joys and just,
Mm-hmm.
having that spirituality. Every day we pray together, every evening we share our gratefulness.
Mm-hmm.
Every Friday that we can, we also take it more as a intercessory time. We try to include, and recently we've been trying to memorize hymns. And it's just beautiful to sing together, to pray together, to read Adventist Home. We go like little section by section, and then we just meditate on it and share our thoughts. So that has just been beautiful, really, to make God the center and get from Him the strength.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And actually, I forgot my other point.
While you think about
Okay.
it, I will share my fourth point, and that is being thankful. Being thankful, yes, you're thanking God, but also be appreciative of your partner, your spouse. In this world, not a lot of people receive the appreciation that they deserve. And when that is lacking, what happens is the other person is being depreciated of that, and it becomes a void, and then they are like, oh, did I do this well or did I do that well? There's so many questions that rises. But when you thank someone constantly for not faking it, of course, but constantly for, hey, you did this for me, thank you very much, you did that for me, thank you very much, that goes a long way. Sometimes Debbie and I, we might have issues, and then of course when it is my fault, I ask her apology, and then next day she will have a small note, or even that evening she will have a small note saying, thank you for willing to correct yourself, or thank you for this, or even in general we thank each other, and that definitely has shown to strengthen our bonds. There is something about being thankful and thanking the other person, acknowledging that they've done something big
Mm.
in life.
Well, I still don't remember exactly my point, but I have a last one. I think there's many, and maybe we need to do part two on little things that make a huge difference. And this is asking on a regular basis, at least once a week, ask, how do you feel in our relationship? From 1 to
Mm-hmm.
10, how satisfied are you? Or what thing are you missing that we should include? Or is there something that, you would like us to do? So those are just a habit that we started early on in our relationship, and we
Mm-hmm.
still keep it up to ask each other like a
Mm-hmm.
little check,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
where are you? Where are we? How do
Mm-hmm.
you feel? And that just opens the conversation to be like, I really miss doing this or that, or I'm very fulfilled in this,
Mm-hmm.
in
Mm-hmm.
every area,
Mm-hmm.
emotionally, physically,
Mm-hmm.
just anything. So, yeah, just really being open with each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that is it for today and this video. However, we do have a request. If you have any specific questions that you would like us to answer, feel free to message us privately or put it in the comment section. Or, however, you can just let us know, and we'll try to find some time and answer those questions. Until then, this is Martin. This is my wife, Debbie, and we pray that God will be with you and these videos will be a blessing to you as well. God
Thanks
bless.
for watching, and thank you for your comments and your prayers.
Bye.